Donald, I hear you got $1 million spark plug story for me.
$1 million spark plug.
Give it to me.
So
There's a story behind the $1 million story, so I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we have a 2015 Yukon Denali, 6.2 liter. Issue just started. I think a day or two ago. It's got a Misfire number 7. They took it to another shop.
Whoa. He only had it for a couple of days before, and then he got it right into a shop.
The issue just started a few days ago. Took it to his shop. They threw spark plugs at it.
When you say they threw spark plugs at it, that's all they did? Do we have the guy's the bill from the other shop?
Not yet. I'm actually working on getting that.
You texted him and he's going to get it to us? That'd be good. But anyway, so they put plugs in it, didn't fix a dang thing.
Nope.
Okay, so here comes the story. Everybody wants to know about this $1 million spark plug.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for like 30 years, and you've listened to it ever since you've been here. And I'm going to tell everybody out there, same thing. Here we go. This is my #1 sales pitch to mechanics about getting crap right in the right order. $1 million spark plug, $1 million injector, $1 million distributor cap, $1 million coil, $1 million spark plug wire. All that crap that you can throw on an engine that you buy at the parts store because you got a misfire code going on is a waste of money until you know you got good equal umph in your cylinders. So whenever you have a misfire, the first thing you check is compression. There is the key to your success and happiness, not only as a mechanic, but every customer out there. So if you ever take a car into a shop and they give you a misfire code, they say, well, you got a misfire P0305, cylinder misfire, cylinder number 5, or random misfire, whatever, and they don't perform a compression test on that cylinder before they throw a single part at it, they're making a big mistake. And this is proof. It happens all the time. I don't know why it still happens, but that is the first thing you do when you have a misfire in a cylinder. Don't throw parts at stuff, man. Figure out what's wrong.
Since the issue started, they've had nearly 30,000 misfires. So what else would we have to worry about at that point, beyond the fix?
Yeah, 30,000 misfires. That is a ton. Look here, we'll show you this. And we've determined that it's what now?
A stuck intake valve.
Stuck intake valve.
Stuck closed.
Oh, well, that would be that could be a flat cam or a rocker arm that's broke or something like that. So, do we have any weird noise going on in the engine?
Just runs rough.
Let's go out and listen to it.
Yeah.
Where's the keys? Fire this bad boy up for me there. You know, before you do that, let me just take a
disconnected.
It definitely got fuel in it, man.
Does it smell suspicious?
Yeah, well, it smells like fuel because he's got a misfire. He's washing that cylinder down. Go ahead, fire it up.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah, look how bad. You see, you can feel a misfire in that motor. It's terrible. Now you know you got to be concerned about catalytic converter, that many misfires. Just rev it up to about $2,000 and hold it. Okay. Shut it off. I don't want to cause any more damage to the cat that's already there. No noise, like you know.
It shakes like crazy on the inside.
Yeah, well, it's missing. Okay. How many miles? 140?
140.
Jeez.
He said no invoice was given to him.
This is Dave's Auto. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. This running problem that you've had, how long has it been going on? How long has the check engine light been on?
It just started from my wife last Monday, the 22nd. My wife, she drove it to work and it was fine. On the drive to the test house, it started shaking on her, and that's when the light came on.
The problem is, you know, the cylinder's got a dead hole. The motor's going to have to come out. So I don't have any good news for you. And I saw Donald. He was texting you, trying to get the shops. I guess you took it to another shop and they threw spark plugs at it.
Yeah.
And that didn't fix. And did they not give you an invoice or anything? I always like my patient's history.
Yeah, it was shady. There's a little Peruvian guy, and he told us, he looked at it, he said, I got to do this, and he did it, and then he said, all right, well, I checked after he replaced all those parts in the wires, he said, I checked the compression on all of them, and there's no compression on that cylinder 7, and so it's got to be we got to go on the inside of the header to do something, maybe replace the seal or something. And I was like, all right, I didn't feel comfortable with him doing it because he wasn't super sharp, to deal with it. And so, and then he was like, all right, he pulled on his phone and got his calculator on his phone. He's like, all right, in fact, he went to the website for AutoZone or whatever was right there by his shop. And he was like, this is what
is this a business? Did he produce an invoice? I mean, did he give you an invoice or no?
No, he on his phone calculator, he said, this is how much it is. You owe me $300. And I couldn't even pay with a card. I had to pay cash. So I was like, this is super shady. That's why I took it to you guys instead of letting him do anything any further.
Yeah, okay. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, our difficulty is on this, and Miles would explain the same thing to you, is there's something in that cylinder. We could pull the heads off the motor. We could start there. That's probably what this guy was telling you, pull the cylinder heads off the motor. But I got a motor with 140,000 miles on it. I don't have any unusual noises. I'm sorry, 120,000 miles on it. I don't have any unusual noises. So the first thing we probably ought to do is pull the valve cover off and look to see on that side and find out why that valve's not being actuated. Did something, rock arm break? But the valve is not actually opening. Normally, if you lose compression, the valve's got a burn spot in it, but we put a bore scope inside the cylinder and you can see that the valve just isn't opening. All right, we'll have to pull the driver's side valve cover off. That's the side that the cylinder's having a problem on. We got to look inside and say, okay, we got to either go deeper or, something broke right there and we can replace it and give you a cost on that.
Gotcha.
So that's the first step. We'll do that and swing back and hopefully by tomorrow give you some information.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
All right, thanks, Grant. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay, so we got the valve cover off. Now when I did the compression test, I pulled the starter relay so I can jump it, so I can watch what's going on out here instead of being in the vehicle or grabbing another person. So we'll go, we got the valve cover, let's see what's going on. It's not moving. I can see the rockers intact, I can see the push rods there. That lets me know the problem is deep in the motor on the cam or the lifter.
All right, guys, so we just got the bad news from Tyson on what was found. Basically, that rocker arm is not being pushed to open and close that valve, which on an LS typically means that we've had a lifter that's gone bad. What we don't know is what option needs to be delivered to the customer as far as what the next step is. And what I mean by that is, most commonly, a lifter has collapsed and not opening and closing that valve. But it also could be that the lobe that lifter rides on, it looks like an egg, and it may not be pushing open the valve anymore. That lifter the roller has failed, could be a few things, but we could also have the lobe on the camshaft that has been wiped out, which if we do all the work and pull out the lifter and then find the camshaft is bad, then we've got to then pull the engine and deal with that, which is more labor. So what we like to do at this point is at least advise our customer on 3 options. and educate them really is what we're trying to do. First option is just remove the cylinder head and then remove the lifter, which is down in the engine block. If we do all of those steps, remove the cylinder head and remove the lifter, and find that we have camshaft damage, then they've just invested their money and their time in doing work that gave them answers, but then we still have to pull out the engine. So that's what we'll educate them on. And that if we do that and find that the camshaft is good, then we can put lifters in, and then we'll give them a price on that option, which will be option number 1. Option 2 is we could just remove the engine, pull out the camshaft, and then if there are any variables, meaning if we have engine damage, the metal has been circulating around from a damaged lifter or a damaged camshaft, then we know the entire condition of the engine accurately, what's good and what's not. So option 2 allows us to remove the engine, to assess all of those things, and give them something that's going to last them the longest. We'll also be able to reseal the engine and do a lot of things at that point. So that's really option 2, is removing the engine, remove the camshaft, and then deal with whatever needs to be dealt with. But at that point, we have a full knowledge of the condition of pistons, bearings, timing components, and the cylinder heads, everything, so that we can deal with it properly. That is our preferred option, so that we're not dealing with as much unknown. The third option is just do the engine because of the mileage and the age, and we're already investing a bunch of labor and time and parts into that. So some people may just say, screw it, just do an engine, because I want to get it all fixed regardless of condition, and I want the warranty. So that's the phone call and the direction that we typically like to go through at this point. Donald now is going to deliver those 3 options to the customer, see what they want to do, and then if there's a part 2, we'll show you how the job goes.